The Chartered Financial Analyst Society of Nigeria held the finale of the 2021-2022 CFA Institute Research Challenge National Final. The event had in attendance financial analysts, industry experts, and participants who were in teams of 4 representing different institutions of learning across Nigeria. The annual Global Equity Research Competition, which provides university students with hands-on mentoring and intensive training in financial analysis, and just like every year, the students worked in teams enabling them to gain real-world experience as they assume the role of research analyst while being judged on their ability to value stock, write a research report, and present their recommendations. At the event were participating teams from Covenant University, Federal University of Technology Akure, University of Ibadan, University of Ilorin, University of Abuja, Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, University of Lagos, and Obafemi Awolowo University Ile-Ife. Their research was based on the financial analysis of the energy industry using Seplat Energy as a case study.
From $733 million as of 2021, we forecast Seplat's combined revenue to grow at a CAGR of 34% by 2026. This growth is stirred by the Akure Extraverse pipeline, substituting the unreliable TFP, expanded gas revenue from the Ano and Sapele plants, and the proposed acquisition of Mobile Nigeria. Seplat's profit is driven by cost controls, assessed using a corridor analysis between Seplat, the IOCs, and its peers. With 2020 as an outlier, our margin analysis reveals Seplat's cost strategy, with a cost of sale margin of 43% in 2019, lower than IOCs and peers. Operating profit margins were low for Seplat and its analyzed players in 2020. However, 2019 emphasized Seplat's comparative cost-leading strategy with an operating margin of 45%, which is twice its EMEA peers. Seplat's combined EBITDA is projected to grow at a CAGR of 47% by 2026 from $235 million in 2021. With this, shareholders' return is set to stay upward from 15% in 2021 to 69% by 2026, reflecting the margin expansions from its combined business units. Isolating 2020, we saw a shorter cash operating cycle of 40 days in 2019, representing a 64% decline from 2018, which prompted a projection of 5 days by 2026, largely driven by the reduced inventory holding days linked to the existing take-or-pay contract of Seplat, as well as the debtor management strategy of its gas committee. This will support future cash position, despite the 35% cash financing of the proposed 1.3 billion mobile acquisition, with combined cash set to grow at an average of 27% in the next 5 years. With a market value of equity of 1.2 billion and gross debt of 767 million in 2021, we believe in Seplat's existing capacity to obtain funding from the open market, evident in the bold acquisition move initiated by Seplat this year, with 65% to be financed by debt. With this, we estimate a $1 billion increase in total debt by 2023, following an anticipated decline by 2026. Let's see how these numbers drive our valuation.
In our intrinsic valuation, we primarily adopted the sum of parts methodology to value Seplat existing business, annual gas plant, and the mobile producing. And this gives us a target price of 1,404. Also, for our conventional DCF, we arrive at a target price of 1,034. For our relative valuation, we employ the EV to EBITDA and EV to barrel of oil equivalent per day of similar size EMEA peers to value Seplat existing business. And based on management guidance, we use the EV to 2P reserve to value mobile producing, and this gives us a target price of 1,933. This indicated that we employ a tripartite method attaching 55% to PV14, 35% to DCF, and 10% relative valuation. And this gives us a 12-month target price of 1,328. When compared with the closing price of February 28, this gives us a massive upside of 54%. Talking about risk, oil and gas and risk are like 5 and 6, and significant risk in this industry is actually security risk and commodity prices. Seplat operates in an environment that is known with the issue of vandalism, oil theft, bunkering, and militancy. And to mitigate this risk, the construction of Akure Extraverse pipeline is key. And for our commodity price risk, Seplat mitigates this risk through its hedging program. And also to look at the financial impact, we conducted a sensitivity analysis showing the impact of different oil price on our valuation of Seplat. We also go forward to conduct 100,000 Monte Carlo simulation, stressing our oil price, and 77% of our outcomes support our buy recommendation. For our summer analysis, When there's an high long-term oil price and optimistic production outlook, we are looking at an impressive 78% upside, giving us a price of 1,533. And if there's a depressed long-term oil price and the MPNU deal failed to pull through, we are looking at a price of 702, indicating a downside of 18%.
As you can see, employing a considerable mix of low-cost, low-risk strategy, Seplat has built a sustainable oil and gas portfolio with capacity for robust cash flow generation and stakeholder value maximization. We therefore iterate our buy recommendation with a 12-month target price of 1,328 naira, representing a 54% upside from its closing price of 28 February 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, let us join Seplat in a mutually beneficial journey and win-win journey to a just energy transition. Thank you.
Speaking at the event, the president of CFA Society of Nigeria, Mrs. Ibukun Oyedeji, CFA, spoke on the value of the CFA challenge to capacity building in the financial services market and the assessment of the students and the quality of their presentations.
As a society, a CFA Society in Nigeria, we actually set 3 mandates for ourselves. The first mandate is actually to have member value, which is really looking for how we can draw value for our members within our programs and ensuring that the quality of the work we do supports that growth in our membership. The second one was really around the advocacy. Advocacy is saying how we become a voice in the Nigerian financial industry, influencing, obviously positively influencing the decisions that are made about our sector and trying to make the policymakers understand the impact that those decisions will make on the growth of the Nigerian economy. Then the third mandate we gave ourselves was actually to develop the future professionals. And in developing the future professionals, we felt that we needed to go to the universities and see where we can pick skills and develop those skills for the financial industry in Nigeria. So the research challenge is one of the initiatives that we're actually doing to promote that development of the future professionals in Nigeria. So the CFA Society, the CFA Institute set up the research challenge to make universities across the globe compete within themselves along researching companies listed on the stock exchange of any country and analyzing it as market experts and bringing up the price they believe those companies should have and present it so like they are investment experts. So the whole idea is to stimulate the growth of the university students, ensure that they understand what the real sector looks like, the real economy, what it is like to work in the financial industry. And they have a very unique opportunity to start learning that before they leave the university. And that automatically means they're well prepared for the future jobs in which they find themselves in.
With regards to this program and regards to research, how have you been able to bridge the gap of data?
So the company they're analyzing, the students are analyzing today, Seplat, is actually quoted on the exchange. We do recognize there's limited data in the market, but we have the support, obviously, of the stock exchange as well in allowing the students have access to as much data as possible. And also, Seplat, as the institution that's been picked, is actually part of the program because they've actually support the students with information in assessing a company, the financial and non-financial information that make you make a judgment call on what you believe a price or whether you should buy, sell, or hold a stock. So in those conversations with Seplat as well, it helps the students well prepared, not only with the financial data, but also the non-financial information for them to make information. We recognize there's a dearth of data in the country, but to the best of our knowledge or to the best of our ability, we've used what is available to us to support the students in achieving the objective, which is analyzing the company.
Mr. Erin Oro, Executive Director, Zenith Bank, also shared his thoughts on the CFA Research Challenge and the commitment of Zenith Bank to capacity building for youths in the nation.
We as Zenith Bank are very proud to be a sponsor of this program, and we have been sponsoring this program for the last 3-4 years. We are very proud of, in doing this, yes, very quick to applaud that, because the youth is a very important component of our great country. You agree with me? So anything that promotes youth development is something we should all be part of. That is why I feel very, very thankful to the CFA Society for doing this in the last many years. So I like us to take full leverage, full opportunity of this platform. Whether you win, whether you lose, unquote, like I said, there are no winners, there are no losers. So we must take the leverage, the opportunity of interaction. It's a social opportunity to meet with people, the opportunity to see what is possible. Let's look at all that and take advantage of all that and start a very growing career while you are still in school. Now, for us at Zenith, our usual contribution to this program is to say that for those of you who are in this house and you would like to do something with Zenith, maybe internship, or after your program you want to work with Zenith, you have an open door. You have an open door. Thank you. And for those of you who will be winners today, those front runners, you also have an automatic employment after your graduation in Zenith Bank.
At the end of the event was results announcements and award presentations. Boluwatife Omolade from the University of Ibadan was awarded as the best presenter with the sum of 100,000 Naira monetary prize by Zenith Bank. Dr. Musefiu Adeleke from the University of Ilorin was awarded the best faculty advisor. The second runner-up of the CFA Research Challenge was Covenant University. The first runner-up was the University of Ibadan, and the winner of the 2021-2022 CFA Institute Research Challenge National Final was the University of Lagos. The teams also shared their learning experiences regarding the competition.
Actually, the learning process was just, I can say it's a process of unlearning and relearning, because this is actually a process that we've not really been through. Evaluating a company that you are just even here for the first time. You don't really know how the techniques of the company is being done. But thanks to CFA Society, thanks to CFA for providing us with the industry mentor who put us through the things that we need to know. And thanks to my amazing team members, it was not really easy. In short, I can remember we were in the middle of our exams period, preparing for exams and all, and we were still able to bring up something substantial. So I can say the learning process was really, really amazing, and I so much believe that each and every one of us got something substantial from this.
Generally, I think this is sort of limited to some certain departments or faculties. So if CFA can expand its reach to involve research in other sectors, maybe that could incorporate non-finance and accounting students, I think would be really impressive. Seeing as for the past 5-6 months that we've been preparing for this challenge, we've been exposed to theoretical and practical concepts that we ordinarily wouldn't have been exposed to in our current academic curriculum. So I think this should be the mother of all challenges. This makes us want to do better, go beyond what we have currently. Yeah, so it's important that everybody should have access to it.
So as a winner now, I think it's safe for you to give advice, right? I mean, coming from your wealth of learning or your wealth of experience, it's safe for you to give advice. So what advice would you give to your fellow students who are in this field and hoping to do something like this in the future?
I think for starters, there's a popular saying amongst us as a team: let it be another day at the office, right? So let's make research a way of life, right? Because at the end of the day, information drives value. That's what we do here. So, and information doesn't just drive financial value; it drives value across all aspects of life. So keep abreast to whatever is happening in your industry, in your environment, and down to what's going on down to the school, and then just be knowledge driven, and that should be the best foot forward.
Congratulations to University of Lagos once again.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Mr. Larry Buliro, Managing Director, Chapel Hill Denham, and Shola Karina, CFA, Executive Director and Head, Corporate Finance, Stanbic IBTC Capital Limited, who were part of the judges, also shared the assessment of the quality of presentations from the institutions and the market value for students.
I think it's been very impressive. Gives us hope that the future of this country looks very, very bright. But this is our future. Young students, despite the obstacles, limited infrastructure, we're hearing about professors going on strike, but we have students coming out to display their hard work. They've gone above and beyond what they've learned in school. Most of the things that we're presenting are most of the things you acquire in the workplace. But it seems our students and our future are looking to
beyond the classroom, studying hard, researching, and the quality has been great. The winner, University of Lagos, well deserved, came very, very well prepared. I think it's a kudos to the faculty, kudos to the students for putting in the work, and kudos also to the CFA Institute for supporting and financing such an initiative.
If you think about the complaints and the issues we all have with the Nigerian educational system, I was very impressed with, the effort that these kids definitely put into the whole presentation, not just in terms of the quality of the material they put together, but then the confidence with which they delivered it and the thought that went into the responses to the questions they were giving. Very impressed. I think for many of them, the sky is the limit. There's so much potential in the room. And, it's hoping that as they continue to progress and in their interactions with the CFA Society, they're able to further hone those skills and develop even further.
The CFA Institute's Research Challenge is a strategic investment that is supporting research and development across the tertiary institutions in Nigeria. This will help to boost the nation's competitiveness globally.